It is Wednesday, and I've known since Saturday that I was going to be able to click this button. And I could have done it this morning when I woke up, but you guys have been with me for 8 weeks now on this journey, and I thought it only fitting that I wait until I can do it when you're with me. Are you ready? Let's go. Why am I nervous? Just push the button. Wait just a minute, not so fast. In order for you to get a flavor of what I was going through this week, watching those hours gradually tick up and waiting for them to tip over the top of that 4,000, I thought I'd take you back to Friday, August 16th, when I recorded myself checking my analytics, just in case that was the day it finally happened. I started this challenge on June 8th, and I have an entire playlist of every week's update that if you haven't seen it or you're just finding out about it through this video, I will link that playlist in the cards. And when you're finished here, you can go watch that, or you can go watch that and then watch the whole thing through. I set a goal at the very beginning to be monetized by August 12th. That was 8 weeks in the future. I got this idea because one of Jen's videos from Silver and Solo got recommended to me. Now, she did this challenge back in January of 2024. And so by the time I saw the video, she had already completed it. She'd already been monetized. And it really got me thinking that I could do something similar. And then because I watched hers and the way the algorithm works, I was served up more and more of these YouTube Growth Challenge videos. And it kind of seemed like for many of them, when they hit somewhere between weeks 7 and 8 or 9, depending on how long the challenge was, it seemed like they kind of had a video get picked up and things kind of exploded for them. And so I thought, well, that would be really cool. I would like for that to happen. And I decided to do my own challenge. Now, for me, it was a little bit different because I've actually been on YouTube for 3 years. I have over 300 videos, and I had my subscriber count. I was sitting at like 3.3 thousand watch hours, but I was only accumulating a net of like 25 or 30 watch hours a day. So it was taking forever to see any growth. And so when I finished my challenge on August 12th, I did not have a video blow up. I did not gain a huge number of subscribers. But what I did gain was a huge amount of knowledge, and I had practice in putting that knowledge into action, which was something that was missing from before. I watched a lot of Grow Your YouTube channels. I took a lot of notes, but I never took that step into applying what I was learning. But then Sunday night, as I was getting my Monday video ready to go live, something started happening. And I noticed the subscribers were going up. And so I went to my analytics and I looked. And because I have vidIQ, I can see right here this live count of watch time, views in the last 60 minutes, views in the last 48 hours. And it was climbing. Typically, I would have 150 to 200 views in the past 48 hours in this column here. And suddenly that number was going up, and it kept going up. And the video that YouTube picked up and started pushing out to more people was the one where I said, ignore the YouTube guru advice to grow your channel. And you can see here on the analytics for this video that by Sunday, August 11th, there was really nothing atypical about this. I mean, getting close to 200 views in the first 4 days, I've had that on a video before. And then we get into Monday, and it just starts climbing and keeps climbing and keeps climbing and keeps climbing. And it is still getting views. It's still going up. Okay, I have to get to work, but I wanted to check my analytics, and I wanted to do it while I was recording because I'm getting really, really close to achieving monetization, and I wanted to capture it. First of all, this number right here is just astounding to me. When I went to bed on Sunday, I had 1,226 subscribers. And so in the 5 days of this week, I have gained over 200 subscribers. And that's just crazy. Thank you all so much. You all mean so much to me because if you weren't watching, there would be no reason for me to be doing this. So just for that, I am so grateful. But let's go check the watch hours. I'm going to go to the Earn tab first. But remember, this is 5 days behind. So this is only going to show the very beginning of the increased views. Here we go. Okay, so it's showing 3,627, and that's about 30 more hours than I reported in my Monday video, which was before YouTube picked up my video and I got a ton of views. So let's see if we can get a better idea of what the watch hours actually are, because you can see in the last 28 days, this number here of 660.6, that's a lot more than I usually get. I'm going to click on 365 days, and this shows that I have 4.1 thousand watch hours. Now, this is rounded, so this could be 4,056, and it might not be enough, but I'm going to take the shorts out and see where we're at. So if I click on this See More, I'm shaking. And come down here. I have 4,079 watch hours. All right, I'm going to click on Filter and Content Type, and then Shorts. This is going to tell me exactly how many Shorts hours are in this number, and those hours don't count for monetization. If you're going for Shorts monetization, it's based on views. So I had 83 Shorts hours in that number. If you remember, it was 4,079, which means I'm under by 4 hours today. So we'll check again tomorrow. I'll see you then. Can you believe I was 4 hours short? That just hardly seems fair. But I was hopeful that I'd make it over the top on Saturday. And so I sat down to film my check-in, and this time my husband and my daughter were in the room with me. And yes, I'm in the same shirt because about 30 seconds before I decided to do this, I was still in my pajamas, so I just grabbed something and put it on, and it was the shirt from the day before. Ironically, I'm in a different shirt now because from the time I started filming these clips in the red shirt until now, which has been about 45 minutes, I am apparently getting a fever and I have started chilling, and so I had to put on warmer clothes. Let me stop talking and take you back to Saturday, August 17th. All right, it's Saturday the 17th, and I'm going to check my analytics and see if I got over the top for the 4,000 watch hours. So here is my screen. I have 1,454 subscribers. Can't actually remember what it was yesterday when I checked, but going to my analytics page. I'm kind of nervous and excited. I go to 365 days. It says that I have 4.1 thousand watch hours, but it rounds. So I gotta see what the actual number is and take out the shorts. So I go to this See More. It's not just as easy as looking at the 4.1 and saying, yes, I made it, because that's what I thought yesterday. And I was 4 hours short. So 4,143.
And what do you need?
And then, well, I got to subtract shorts because just looking at that looks like I made it. So I go over here to Content Type, select Shorts, subtract 83. We all know that 83 is less than 143, so that means I made it! Yay! Oh, okay. And so I've known for several days that this day was coming. But because that Earn tab is 4 or 5 days behind the YouTube Analytics page, even when you reach those hours, they make you wait. And that wait seemed so long. But it's finally time. So let's go do it. Just push the button. Now, I'm already a YouTube partner because I did do the lower level of monetization at 500 subscribers and 3,000 watch hours. So I've already been able to use supers, which means that people can give you a thanks on your video. If you're doing a live, you can use super chats and super thanks and that kind of stuff. So I have actually already earned my first income from YouTube. Someone gave me a $2 super thanks, and so I ended up getting $1.40 of that. Now, YouTube doesn't send you a check until you get $100, but I did get a little bit from that. But now I can apply to earn AdSense revenue. And to do that, I need to click this button right here. And it looks like I have to turn it on. And then there's all kinds of things that I have to read. So I'm not going to subject you to that. Okay, I went through and accepted and selected all the things. And apparently I'm now earning from ads and YouTube Premium on the watch page. Yes! And it feels kind of surreal and like it's in my imagination, but it's happening. And I just want to say thank you to everyone who has watched any of my videos, who has subscribed. You are all just amazing. And I love doing this, and I love this community that we're creating. All right, looking at my spreadsheet where I have been keeping track of all of my watch time and impressions and all that kind of stuff from the beginning. I ended the challenge on Saturday, August 10th, with 1,226 subscribers and 3,599 watch hours, which was up from 3,303 watch hours, so I gained, a net of 296, which wasn't bad. It was definitely more than I gained in the previous 8 weeks. And then, as I said, things started taking off from there. And so I actually wrote down my week 9 results. Obviously, this was a few days ago. Today is the 21st, and things have continued to go up. My subs are now at 1513. My watch time continues to go up as well. I'm actually at like 4.3 thousand watch hours, which is just incredible to me that I worked so hard for this 300 and then the others have just kind of come rolling in. If you look at my previous stats, my best week was this one here with the 25,800 impressions versus 121,200 in this final week here. And again, the best watch time accumulation was 121.8 and over 500. It's just mind-blowing. Really, really mind-blowing. But the stat that I really want you guys to see, and Alexa Saranoia brought this up in one of her videos, and it's something that I've been keeping an eye on, and that is the percent of views from browse. It seems like when this browse number is higher, you have better results. Other than the things that I talked about throughout this entire challenge, title, thumbnail, topic, knowing your audience, knowing the value that you're providing to your audience through your video. Those are the kind of things that will induce YouTube to push that video out to your target audience. And when they find that audience, they're more likely to click. My click-through rates have been going up, and I think it's because I am working on the packaging, I'm working on the scripting, I'm tightening things up, and hopefully providing more value. I would highly recommend, if you are trying to grow a YouTube channel, that you take some time and do your own challenge, because it is so worth it. I want to give you 5 tips that I think will ensure a successful growth and monetization journey if you should decide to embark on one yourself. And the first thing I'm going to say is to clear your schedule, or at least look ahead on your calendar and see if you've got anything big coming up that's going to impede your ability to put in the work required of this challenge. Because I'm telling you right now, this is not just put up a video a week saying, I'm doing a challenge and I'm going to share my analytics with you each week, but I'm not doing anything to improve my channel or improve my content and expect that YouTube's just going to start pushing your content out. That's not how it works. You have to put in the work, and you have to have the time to devote to it. I realized about halfway through that I decided to start this channel when I really didn't have anything going on and didn't think about the fact that I was soon going to be in 3-night-a-week rehearsals for our fall musical. Now, I did manage to still get it done, but would it have been slightly easier on me if I didn't have 3-night-a-week rehearsals at the same time? Yes. Yes, it would have been. So look at your schedule and see what's coming up and make sure you're not going to get derailed halfway through. The second tip that I also did not do is alert your family that you're doing this. I went from creating 1 video a week in a fairly relaxed manner to being insistent that I was doing 2 videos a week, one of them coming up on Tuesday and the other one being somewhere between Thursday and Saturday. And that's double the work. But I didn't tell anybody I was doing this, I just did it. And so when I was suddenly unavailable a lot more than I had been before, there was a little bit of confusion about why I was so busy all the time. When I explained what I was doing, then I was like, oh, that makes sense. I should have just told them up front, but I didn't think to do it. So now I'm putting it in your brain so that you think to do it and tell the people around you that you might be a little less available for the time of your challenge. The next tip is to set a reasonable time frame. And I think for me, my time frame of 8 weeks was reasonable. Like I said, I already had my subscribers and I needed 700 watch hours. Now, considering I was only gaining about 100 watch hours every 2 or 3 months, that was a compressed time frame, but I also felt like it was a doable time frame. If you're starting from scratch, you might need a little bit longer time frame, 10 weeks, 12 weeks. If you have 100 subscribers and less than 200 watch hours, and you're setting a goal that you're going to be monetized in 4 weeks, I'm not saying it's impossible, but it's going to be tough. So set a reasonable time frame. The other thing, though, is don't set it out too far in the future, because for the time of your challenge, you're probably going to be living, eating, breathing, and sleeping YouTube. And so you don't want to have to keep up that level of intensity for too long because you'll burn out. That said, I do intend to continue 2 videos a week, but I'm not also doing all of the learning and the research that I was doing during the challenge. And so there's actually a little bit of reduction in the amount of work that I'm putting in right now. Tip number 4 is have a plan. Like I said, you don't just want to put up a video on a Monday and say, I'm going to go over my analytics every week and see if anything changes. Chances are it's probably not going to if you don't change anything else. What's that definition of insanity? Doing the same thing over and over and expecting different results? No. If you want different results from what you've been getting, then you have to do something different. And for me, what I did was I took those 8 weeks and I wrote them down and I decided what I was going to focus on learning in each of those weeks. And I started out with my why and who I wanted my audience to be and my goals for my channel. Because if you don't know where you want to go, you can't make a plan to get there. And so then each week I just took something about what goes into YouTube, and I either went over what I'd already learned about it, but didn't put into practice, or I learned new things. And then I worked on applying that. And the next week I did something else, but I continued working on what I'd learned in week 1. And I kept building on that and adding new things and sharing that with you. And hopefully some of you might have come along for the ride as well. If you did, let me know down in the comments, or if you've decided to start your own journey, please let me know that too, because I want to cheer you on. I have met so many amazing new people from doing this challenge that even if I hadn't gotten monetized, that alone would have been worth the price of admission. So if you're new and I haven't yet had a chance to say hello to you, say hi. I am still at the point where I am able to answer every comment. Sometimes depending on how quickly they come in, it might take me a day or 2, but I am still responding to every comment. Hopefully YouTube has been notifying me of them all. I do occasionally just kind of go back through and scroll and make sure there's nothing that I missed, but that gets a little hard to do. And then my 5th and final tip is don't give up. Do the things even when they're hard, even when you don't feel like it. Even when you have to stay up till midnight to get that video up for tomorrow because everything went wrong in the edit or in the upload, or your family needed you and you didn't get to do it, it's a finite amount of time, and you can do hard things for a short amount of time when you're trying to reach for a goal. So just do the hard things and don't give up. I believe in you and I am rooting for you. And again, I want to give a special thank you to those of you who have been my subscribers from before I started this challenge, who are here for the makeup and beauty content, who've been with me, some of you for the full 3 years that I've been on my channel. Thank you for your indulgence. Thank you for your support, your encouragement. I just really appreciate all of you so very much. If you are one of those new subscribers in the last week and a half, I welcome you with open arms to my channel. I have in the past primarily done makeup and beauty content for the woman over 50, and I do intend to continue to do that. And I'm also going to be branching out into other topics, but still relevant to primarily women over 50, but also there'll be some things that are relevant to men in their 50s or beyond as well. And I also intend to do a final video in this series when I receive my first YouTube paycheck. I'm not a YouTube growth expert. I just took information that I have learned over the past 3 years and put it into practice. And hopefully I have shared it with you in a way that makes sense. I will put the playlist here so you can go back and watch them in order. If you have any questions on any specific parts in the challenge, you can comment on those videos or comment on this one, and I will do my best to answer you. Good luck to all of you, and I will see you in another video. Bye-bye.